Hey guys, just wanted to show you what we learned from our last video. We put 35s on the Bronco. It looked great, but we had some fitment issues. So I wanted to go over that with you. Also, while we're under here, just kind of show you where the rock lights are. Just fits on the inside of the wheel well liner, and then we wire it behind it. But I can show you on the 35s, we were just barely touching right here on the inside of the frame. You can see where it rubbed it. And then we were also touching right here. It was just touching. So what we learned was on the factory wheel, there's little to no offset. An offset is basically, you can take a 10-inch wheel, the inside measurement may be 10 inches, but depending on its offset, it could be in, it could be out. And I'll show you on wheels here in just a minute what that means. The factory wheel, where it bolts up, is all the way outside. So what we found was we needed at least a -18 offset to get the bolting point more inside to bring that tire and wheel out. And so that way when we come off of this arm here, we're gonna move over about an inch and stay off of this. You don't have to clear it by much, you just gotta be off of it. And then it's not gonna hit here. So the wheels and tires are here. We're currently mounting and balancing them. Those wheels and tires are for the next project. We do have one coming, but we're gonna use this one to make sure our fitment's right. One thing I wanted to address on our previous install video, when we were doing the level, the technician Andrew needed to get the assembly down from where it was bolted up, and he used a hammer right here, and we got a lot of feedback on, oh, the hammer, you know, it could have messed up those threads, and he had to power that nut on. You know, I just wanted y'all to know and to clear that up a little bit. This nut is made of a stronger compound of metal. It's actually got a little bit of aluminum in it, and it's actually made to clean these threads that the axle is on. This axle is so heavy duty, you could wail on it with a sledgehammer and not do it the damage that we were accused of doing. A little tap is very normal. You got to imagine when this is off and we change rotors or put tires on and off, those threads are gonna get hit. And so there's a couple of things you can do to help if they are damaged. The nut, first off, it will self-clean the threads, but then there's also a file that fits right in there depending on the size of your threads. And we can go right in between those grooves and clean it up if we need to. But this nut should do the job every time. So not to fret there, nothing was damaged here. Everything works fine, that nut holds great. So nothing to worry about, but we're really excited about the 35s. We switched to 33s on this because of the width. The 1250 is what got us. It was never the height, it was just the width. So we had to go down a size, and we want to get back up. The bigger the better here in Statesboro. You know, we want to make sure that we have the biggest tire we can without causing any issues or rubbing. So let me show you the wheels we ordered. We went with fuel, and you can see just off of the lip of this wheel, it's not a flat face like the factory wheel is. It goes in, so that's that negative offset that is going to bring this entire wheel and tire out. And so here are the Toyo RTs we picked for it. These are 35 by 1250. We're gonna bolt these up, we're gonna mount and balance them, and we're gonna bolt them up to the vehicle, make sure our placement theories are right, because we are not gonna deliver it unless it's 100% right. So really having fun with this Bronco, really glad Ford had this idea to send us one ahead of time to play with accessories, and we're so happy with everything we put on it. Stay tuned, there's more coming. We're gonna show you some of these accessories in action, and so we're just having a ton of fun here. You know, we work here at Ford, but at the end of the day, most of us had posters of Broncos and 250s and 150s and Mustangs, you know, on our walls, and how cool it is to be able to work for Ford. It's got such a American nostalgia for such cool products, and they delivered on this Bronco. So stay tuned, more to come. Service. You gotta put it back on. We cannot remove a factory part, even though they do. All right, guys, we put the 35s on, we got the right offset. We are off the frame now. We are off the control arm here. The issue now is we touched the crash bar up front. Now, this is a highly debated item. I've seen it in forums already. There's 2 bolts right here, and this comes right out. This is not part of the Sasquatch package on any trim. The factory deletes these altogether. So here we've had to make the decision, we will not remove a factory safety item. This is considered a factory safety item. And as far as how they're doing it with the Sasquatch, we have not seen a Sasquatch in person yet to put our hands on it. There could be some beefed up upper control arms. There could be some beefed up safety measures, a different style of bumper. We don't know. But we're simply just not going to take off a factory safety component. Although it looks to be pretty easy made to take off. Most cars are not this easy to get to it, but we'll have to see. But for right now, we can't put 35s on a Bronco because of either the fitment on the inside touching, or when we get the right offset, we're now touching the crash bar. So for those of you that want 35s, we won't do it. You'll have to find your own means to take these out to clear the tires. But here we will not pre-stage them, removing factory parts. Put it back. All right, guys, Shane's putting this thing back together. We're all kind of disappointed we wanted 35s on it, but we're gonna get the right size for 34s to pre-stage it. Again, we're seeing in all the forums, all the Facebook pages, people are putting 35s on them with this offset wheel. We just now know they're taking that bar out. So until we get a full understanding of how you can get around taking that bar out, we're simply not gonna do it, but we're gonna put a 34 and we're gonna get as big as we can. We love the way the wheel looks with that bigger lip and offset, but you really don't want it that tight in there either for going off-road. The difference really with a Sasquatch and a level is probably another 2 or 3 inches in lift. That's a true lift. So everything's been changed out on a Sasquatch, whereas we've just put, as you saw in the previous video, a puck to level it. So anyways, happy off-roading. We're gonna continue putting this one back together, and we'll see you in the wild.